Good morning. Happy Thursday. We're going to see what the collective needs to hear right now. And I am Sue Pickering. Welcome and welcome back. I am an intuitive soul coach, and we will see what is wanting to be heard today. Clean it up and truth be told. Okay. What I'm feeling here is much of the same. And and it's funny because I do listen to a few readings on YouTube, and this is on a lot right now. It's all about being authentic, all about going inward, looking at ourselves, checking our shadows, making sure that we are doing our own due diligence before we look outward at other people. Okay, so there's something here. There's something more for you to discover about yourself, about the beauty of yourself that maybe you're not seeing. Transformation, and with this here card, you can look at this beautiful pearl here, and what they're telling me with that is seeing this beautiful person within yourself without having those judgments. Okay, looking at yourself, seeing this authentic pearl that you are, and seeing who you can become when we see how beautiful we are, when we see our own light. As well as leadership came out. It was flew over on the side of my car, or my desk. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. But they're just showing me for you to have grace for yourself through this transformation is what they're saying. There is an aspect here of, making sure that you are getting out all those dust bunnies when we look at ourselves, when we see this space that we are, and I had a reading yesterday, and we talked about how we can get addicted to, looking at our shadows. So, and feeling like we need to possibly fix ourselves, or feeling like we need to constantly be doing shadow work, or constantly doing healing, and constantly, rather than, seeing who we are and accepting who we are. We don't always have to be fixing, healing, looking at our shadows. We don't always have to be seeing that aspect of ourselves. Yes, we do need to do the work, but do we need to do the work that we're not living life and we're just only doing the inwardness? Yes, we need to do that. We need to get out all those dust bunnies, but it's an aspect of doing it while we're seeing this beautiful person, discovering this beautiful person, and living authentically, and allowing what people are saying to you, what's happening around you, to take those moments and go inward. Yes, we need to, how we feel, how we think every day ourselves, go inward. But there's aspects of, why do we feel like we always have to be healing when we're on this journey? I had someone a little while ago say to me, I'm tired of doing all the healing work. And I'm like, well, why do you feel like you need to do it all the time, right? It's an aspect that when we go down this path, a lot of people are just, it's like knowing, like, there's so much spiritual. Where do you start? What rabbit hole do you go down? But when you start going down those rabbit holes, what do you find? You find out that there's so much you don't know, and then there's so much more that there's need to be known, and it's so expansive, right? It's like the galaxy. It's so expansive. So really taking the time to understand that, you will get there. Absolutely do your due diligence and do your work within, but sometimes it's easier to do it when we're allowing the outer world tell us when we need to look inward, and discovering more that way, rather than just taking time back and looking at all the things all the time. Because it's taking, what they're showing me here is, it's taking you away from being the leader that you need to be, uh, being, this person that you can actually see your beauty, because that's ultimately what it's about. It's about us seeing who we are, seeing this beautiful person that we are, and living life authentically within that person, healed or not. Okay, we all have, I feel that we're never ever going to be fully healed, are we? We we live in a world where we've been taught different things, and we have to undo that. And that, it, it's happened, it's taken, depends on how old you are, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years. It's taken you that long to um discover that there's more about you. So it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. 10 of air. So 10 of swords. So this is, I mean, 10 of swords can be a rough card, but it is the end. This is like the end of this old way, the end of not being authentic, the end of, every step you go, every piece that you heal, you discover, you go deep within, is you can't go back. It's like you've healed aspects of yourself. You can't go back to who you were. Um, so it's always forward movement. And then you have 8 of cups. So you're walking away from your old self. You're walking away from who you used to be, because you don't necessarily know what's moving forward, but you just know that it's got to be better. And, well, not got to be, it is better. You may not know what that journey is, but you know that it is a better space to be in. And you're walking away from this old self, and you can't go back, because it's like you can't unsee things that are here amongst us. It's like when you open up a gift, you can't unopen it, right? It is what it is, and you move forward with it. It's like, once you see this beautiful person that you are, you're not going to be able to go back and be the person that was scared, be the person that was, not seeing your value. Once you discover that you are valuable, that you are, confident, you don't lose that confidence, right? um it's just an aspect, so you can't undo. So knowing that you're moving forward into something that is bigger and better, even when it's just a calling, or it's like a magnetism that you're moving forward, but you don't know where you're going, what you're doing, it you just know that there's something bigger and better here. And when you are connected to spirit, when you're connected to your heart, and this is opening your heart. Look at opening this owl's heart. Look at all the hearts coming out around it. It's just love. It's beauty. It's this pearl that is showing up, that you've dusted yourself off and you're moving forward and becoming this leader of, even if it's leadership for your business, even if it's um, only leadership for yourself to see your value. I work really hard with my coaching clients for them to see their light. This is about them shining their light, because they're searching into their soul. They are discovering their true self, their truth. Your soul speaks the truth when you're in that aspect of connection to who you are. And when it's amazing when they get to a space and they really have discovered that, wow, I am a good person, right? It's beautiful, and your soul is just like pulling you away into the direction to see that, to be on this path of righteousness and enlightenment. And it's beautiful, and that's where we should be walking toward, more of who we are, more of seeing this beautiful person without someone telling you, well, you're in vain, or things like that. um you know just being you. Okay, daughter of fire. So this is page of wands. Definitely new passions. Look at, oh, that card is a jumper. Look at the sun in the background. It's absolutely beautiful. The sky is beautiful. Wow. This looks like either an Inukshuk or an formation of beginning of an owl in there. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, yeah, standing strong is what I'm hearing, and clearing out the old to make room for this beautiful new you. And really cleansing the soul, cleansing this space that is, been pulled down possibly through the years, through society, you know, being brave, moving forward, um, explore your inner wild places. So yeah, deep connection, deep connection. And then you got look beyond what you see here. So, you know, we are deeper than what we even know we are. Once we start going inward, once we take the time to really discover, and if you allow yourself to allow it to happen naturally, with when someone says something to you and you react, that's something within yourself. um, Taking that time to go inward. Why am I feeling like this? Why is this same situation happening again for me? And that's when you go inward, instead of trying to dig so deep and you're not even sure what you're looking for. Okay. Really looking down this new path. Um, there's definite change here, but they're showing me also someone. This is someone specific, or some people, whatever, really need to go inward and discovering and connecting to their unicorn. Um, there's something here with unicorns. So, people believe in different things. Some people believe in fairies, dragons, unicorns, mermaids, all of the things, right? All the elementals, gnomes. But there's something here for you to connect to your unicorn. And unicorns resemble more of this friendship. Unicorns are our friend, uh, but they're more like, you think of a dragon. A dragon is your friend too, friend, protector. With unicorn, it's more of a companionship. So it's not, I'm not telling you to, a fake friend. Some people might call it that. I'm sure that's what I was told when I was younger. Oh, that's just a fake friend. But they're just showing me connect to that fake friend. No, there's a connection here. It's not fake. If you believe in it, and if it resonates with you, it is not fake. Okay. I have connected to my unicorn, and it's like a space where I can go and be with my unicorn and just be, it's gentleness, it's calmness. It's, for me, it is anyway, ease. It is an aspect of, just companionship from a space, an energetic space where you feel supported. You feel like, it's a friend, right? And it's an aspect of where you can go and just be and just, relax. So there's something here for some of you. If you believe in unicorns, maybe you need to do a meditation to connect to a unicorn. Okay. I connected to mine when I first started Angelic Reiki, and I absolutely loved it. And I've just stayed connected. The Fool. Okay. Moving in this direction of new discovery of self, new discovery of this new path. Some of you may be on this new path of awakening, of, enlightenment, however you want to look at that. But they're just showing me that it's like, once you pack your bags, you're gone. You're on this journey. Once you discover that there's something more out there. There's no going back. There, your soul is pulling you and pushing you into what's more. What else can I discover? It's that rabbit hole. And they're just showing me that once your bags are packed, you're packed. There's no going back. It is a way of life moving forward. King of Wands, finding that mastery of who you are and your passions and really standing strong in it. And they're just showing me strength because, doing the inner work is hard. Finding your soul, finding your love for self after, maybe you've been abused or, anything like that. It can be hard to find love for yourself after something like that happens. Okay, they're just showing me once you go, though, you're going to have the strength and you're going to discover, and it's riveting. It really truly is. It's a space where it is, you discover, once you discover your worthiness, it's like boom, powerful, and your whole world changed because now you're not allowing anyone to take advantage of you anymore. And it is very, very powerful, and it shows strength, and it shows, this aspect of, I am this beautiful pearl. I'm dusting myself off and I'm moving forward, and you can't change me who I am once I move forward. Okay, peace. I love it. The gorilla with peace. This is beautiful. This is you. This is number one. This is a path that you're going to find an aspect of yourself where you are just going to find that you need the peace to move forward. It's an aspect of when you get to a space, if you don't have that quietness every day, there's chaos around you. I posted a video yesterday on my story, and it was like, how did it go? The water, if there's currents in the water, you cannot see your reflection. You cannot see this, what's going on. You need to find the calmness. You need to allow the water to be nice and calm, and you will see your reflection. You will see what spirit is telling you, what the messages are. But if you have all this chaos and all this, the water's just wavy, and you can't see what you need to see. You can't see your reflection, and you can't see what spirit is trying to allow you to see, this beautiful, when water is calm, and if there's whatever's around it, trees, whatever, you get that reflection in the water and you see the beauty, right? So this is what they're saying. They're saying, when you find this space of calmness and, you know, cleaning up the chaos that is around, you will be able to discover. You will be able to discover your authenticity. You'll be able to discover this beautiful person you are, because we all are beautiful. We all have a light within us. No matter if you dislike someone, there is a light within them. They've had their story. They've had their things. If people are rude or whatever, they've had their things. And it's up to us to see some space of light within them. Because sometimes that's all people need, is someone to believe in them, for them to finally believe in themselves. It's like you see a light within them, and when you touch on that light, all of a sudden they say, oh, maybe I'm not that bad of a person after all, right? Life happens to people. Life happens to all of us. I don't think anyone out here does not have something that isn't their own, story. We're not all like, we could all be a victim of something. So it's moving forward. Okay, ground from the root. So really, set yourself into, this self-discovery of this beauty. And again, like I said, you can't undo something. So once you have this, you're rooted in your worthiness, that root is not going to break. It's just going to keep growing stronger and stronger to hold up your foundation, okay? And when that happens, all of a sudden you start growing, and you just you take, the root in the earth, in your worthiness, and everything you do outside of you, you're worthy in your career now because you feel worthy. You're worthy in your relationships now. You're worthy on your soul path. You're worthy on your health. You're worthy on, all of the things. It goes like inward to outward. So if you can take root and discover this beautiful pearl, um, in who you are, anything is possible, and nothing can uproot you. You can't take it back. It's like you can't go back. Um, Once you have these values about yourself, there's nothing that you can change. And it's funny because, if you take a look at, many of you, probably all of you that are on here, you can look back and say, if I had those friends that I had 5 years ago, or even a year ago, however long you want to look at, that they wouldn't even know you anymore if they met you. I am divorced. Um, if those people could see me now, I wouldn't even know them. I wouldn't even relate to them anymore, probably. There's only a few that I still talk to, but it's like there's an aspect here of, you just grow into something more beautiful, and you just discover more of yourself and more of who you're not. And it's funny how that is. There's an aspect here. It says, think before you act, but I am feeling that, okay, how is this tying in here? I'm feeling like this is something that, when you're on this journey, that you feel like, what is the right decision? What path do I need to go down? What do I need to do next? I think I talked about this a couple of days ago. But there's an aspect here of, what is the right path? How do I know? Right? So we halt ourselves. Oh, I need to go more inward. Yes, we need to discover more. We need to listen more. We need to, but if you discover who you are, this beautiful pearl that is shining bright, there is no wrong decisions. There is decisions you make that help you grow, that teach you lessons, that bring you on this path of self-discovery. Nothing is wrong. We choose what we choose, and then we can choose differently if it's not serving us any longer. Okay. So don't be, you're making the leap. You're moving toward more of who you are. Don't feel that there's any wrong decisions, because you choose what you choose, but you need to be choosing from a space that it feels right, that you know is right, that you see is right, however you get your communication from spirit, okay? And knowing that regardless of the decision you make, there's movement forward and there's growth, okay? Harvest the honey, moving forward. You will be harvesting, all that you are, because you are discovering this beautiful person that you are, and you are in community with your soul, with your spirit, with creator. You're in community building this beautiful person, discovering this pearl, this transformation, and this beautiful butterfly that's going to come out on the other end, or already has, right? I feel like we all have butterfly moments, because we all discover different aspects of ourselves in who we are on this path, okay? Eight of vessels, which is eight of cups. Again, this is twice you've gotten this. Look at this. They're on a brand new journey. They've crossed the river, and they are doing some self-discovery. They are moving towards something that is, look at the smile on their faces. They're so happy. They maybe don't know what they're walking through into the jungle or the forest. Um, But there is something here that they know, that they've crossed this beautiful river, and now what? Now what are we doing? We're packed, we're ready, we're prepared, and now we're going to do some discovery, and we know that it's better because it's pulling us in that direction, okay? But you know that you have everything on this journey to discover, to heal, to be who you need to be your authentic self. And okay, this isn't the deck, obviously. And move forward, okay? There we go. Oh, that's a pile. Yeah, they're bringing me back to a space where, for you to see your light, for you to see this aspect of finding who you are and allowing yourself to shine, okay? Now we have the star, allowing yourself to shine, speaking of. But that, yeah, this is an aspect for you to see yourself shine. And they're also saying that never lose hope, even when things are maybe hard, even when things are like, what, like, I mean, I think everyone has felt like this. I'm not seeing the bigger picture. I know something needs to change. I know I need to learn this, or I know, but I can't discover it. I can't figure it out. And we all get into those aspects. It's like, why am I repeating this cycle again? And there's something here with, continuing to keep asking, continuing to, discover this bright light within you. And when you do, it's like, oh, I get it now. Okay. But it takes time. But if you don't put it out there for, it's like asking a question. If you never ask a question, you never get the answer. So putting it out there. I had a client, can't remember, I think it was yesterday, that it was like, I keep asking this question, but I'm not, she said, she's not getting the answers. And I go, you will. One day you will wake up and you go, oh, I got it. It's like when you ask spirit a question, it's not like lightning and you get the answer. It is an aspect of putting it out there and the breadcrumbs falling on the ground for you to discover, to get a little piece of it every day, and then all of a sudden you have the whole loaf, right? It's funny how that works. We don't automatically get a ding. Okay, you need to see your light, or you need to see that you're a confident person. It's all of the things that are around you for you to kind of piece together and discover, okay? um yeah, I lost my train of thought now. There was a message there. Okay. Okay, what are we at? Oh my goodness, it's a long one today, sorry. Woo! Okay, but here's the Wheel of Fortune. There's things moving together for things to happen for you, and the Magician, for you to see your magic. This is for you to do all of this. The Moon is self-discovery, discovering more of who you are, making light of the beautiful person you are, coming out of, allowing this small light to turn into something big and bright. That's why people don't always like your light, because you have this little light inside you. We all do. And when we discover and we dust off that pearl, the light starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And some people don't like that. They don't like to see that bright light, because that bright light is confidence. That bright light is worthiness. That bright light is beauty. That bright light is all encompassing of who you are. And that's what we're here to do, is to discover who we are and shine bright in the world using our magic, helping people, doing things for people, doing things for ourselves. So really finding that leadership in who you are, whether that's leadership toward just yourself or putting it out into the world. Okay, I think I've taken up enough of your time today. Oh, That was a big one. Anyway, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you wish to have an in-depth reading, you know where to find it. The link is in the description below. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Much love.